Are we good?
Yeah.
Can we get this show on the road? Got places to go.
Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. Saint Patterson.
Sup, Bree? 2020 in effect. New comics.
Yes, it is. It is the year 2020.
So what we got this week?
We have lots of things this week, and what I mean by lots of things, I mean not like tons and tons of things, but more things than Christmas. So that's a positive. I am going to be showcasing the Hellboy Winter Special. It looks like it was intended for a particular time of year, but didn't quite make it. But who knows? I haven't read the inside, so I wouldn't know exactly. But just based off of the holly alone, it makes it seem like it's a Yuletide thing.
So in this issue, you got 3 stories from three different creators, including Mike Magnolia. So if you want Hellboy, here's your chance.
Yeah. And then one big one for us has been the Legion of Superheroes. That one's been very popular, and it's going to be one of the bigger titles for us this week.
Cool. Well, for Marvel, you may want to check out the new Avengers. This is the return of Starbrand, who you remember from the New Universe in the 80s. I believe this is him. I thought he looked cooler in the 80s, but, that's my take. Also, we are into coins here, me and ComicWeek, our sister channel on YouTube. This is Undiscovered Country number 3, which has a peace dollar, pretty accurate representation. Peace dollars were made by the United States in 1921, 1935, so see what happens. This one's got a lot of blood on it, though.
Normally we don't showcase graphic novels, but if you were a big fan of Absolute Carnage and you weren't able to kind of delve into all of the side one-shots, this is actually a graphic novel that has most of them in it. So if you wanted to do it that way versus trying to track down a bunch of the other issues, that would be a good way to go about it.
And this is a title from the Key Collector app this week. This is Min Lay's first Asian Green Lantern story. This is in DC's small graphic novel kids format, but it's actually a pretty nice story, and I think you only got 2 copies. I doubt you'll have it by the end of the day.
Yeah, probably. A lot of these we've been getting to because some of them have been kind of hit or miss, but there was a Black Canary one that I've heard a lot of really positive things about, and there have been a couple of other ones that are really good. The only thing that stinks about them is they're a little bit of a weird sizing, so for us, managing them wise, it can get a little iffy. But other than that, they're solid books.
Yeah, it's good to bridge that gap between the young adult readers and to get them into comic books, get them into the floppies, So that's a really interesting title. And another, sort of graphic novel-esque type of presentation from Top Shelf is this reissue of From Hell. This is Alan Moore and Eddie Campbell's classic, colorized. You may want to read it in color, not black and white, the original format, but these have been wonderful, and I'm definitely picking this up.
Yeah, and one of my last titles is one that we get a lot of questions about, and that is going to be The Question. Not even just this particular series, but also just his general stuff, because he doesn't pop up that often. But I've heard very positive things. I have one particular subscriber who's super duper excited for this and kept asking me pretty much every other week when it was coming out, which is always exciting when you can have people that excited for a book.
And Jeff Lemire is writing that. Jeff Lemire is also the creative force behind Black Hammer. So you have Skulldigger and Skeleton Boy from the Black Hammer universe. A little bit of mention of Abraham Slam, one of the cool characters from the original title. So this is sort of imagine a Batman and Robin story, except Robin has to kill Batman, and Batman's as a vigilante kills the bad guys. That's kind of the vibe. So it's definitely turns your expectations on its head when most of the Black Hammer characters have an analog in the DC universe or the golden age of comic books. So that's pretty cool. Also, there's a new artist this issue of Safe Sex, or if you take all the vowels out. I thought issue 3 was really good. Issue 1, 2, and 4 okay, but we're going to see where the story goes. I do like these sort of independent titles that are a little bit more mature, more provocative, and this one basically takes place in the West Coast, where sort of a religious fanatical group is taking over the government, and all those transgressive people with their picadillos are trying to revolt against the government and actually rescue people who have been taken prisoner by them. So it's violent, it's orgiastic, and it's by Image. What are this week's reissues, facsimile editions?
Yep.
We got two that you're going to want to probably pay attention to. One is Batgirl, or Batman Adventures, actually. This is the first appearance of Harley Quinn. Getting the original copy is probably going to be a couple $100 endeavor for you. And we're probably going to include this in our upcoming book, 100 Greatest Modern Comic Books that we're writing right now. So you get the chance to get that for only a buck.
Yeah.
And facsimile edition, this is a $4 one with the original ads. This is the Incredible Hulk number 180. Everybody knows that last panel has that great Wolverine cameo and a costume that sadly he didn't keep. So we got those two titles, and let's break out this week's number one.
See?
All right, you're gonna like these.
There are lots of them. 21st Century Centurions? Centurions! 21st Centurions! I could read, yes.
From AC Comics, yeah.
Archie and Katie Keene, which Katie Keene hasn't popped up in the Archie universe for a hot minute, and I've had a lot of people asking about her, so that's really neat that she is kind of getting reinvigorated in Archie forever.
There's a ton of covers for this one. So
Oh, yeah.
Pick your
Oh,
poison. What the hell is going on with this?
You can comment.
All right, so this is Femalian Cosmic Crush, and it's a thing, and people
It
are
exists.
people are clapping off screen. And from IDW, we got Rising Sun. This is a $5 book, and set in sort of Japan samurai supernatural kind of story. Anybody remember the 1979 toy Rom turned into a Marvel comic, and now IDW is bringing the Rom universe, such as it is, back with Rom Dire Wraiths. Kind of a couple cool colors. Also for $5. These two IDW titles are much larger than their normal comic. From Marvel.
Ruins of Ravencroft. They're going to be doing a lot of references to Ravencroft in the foreseeable future. That's going to be kind of their big connecting thing that they're doing. Then Spider-Man, The Black Cat Strikes. This is going to be based off of the game universe, so if you haven't played the Spider-Man PS4 game, you're not going to really get where they're coming from with some of the details, but if you've been reading Spider-Man Velocity, this would actually be a pretty good one for that.
Yeah, I'm going to have a Black Cat tie-in later in the episode. Stay tuned.
Jessica Jones, Blind Spot. Jessica Jones hadn't had her own series for a hot minute, so it looks like she's going to be getting back into the Marvel comic universe for a bit.
Yeah, it's a 6-issue miniseries, and these are also already published in web form. This is the first time they've been published in print.
Cool, that's awesome. Black Widow Prelude. Marvel does this whenever there's a big movie. This is going to be it's not going to necessarily give away anything about the movie, but it'll give you more context to what's going to be happening in the beginning of the film. A lot of some of the references they make in the film, you might get to see a little bit of a window into that, so it's really neat, especially if you are excited for the movie. It gives you kind of a way to get reinvigorated into getting pumped for that.
Another Ravencroft title. This is Marvel Tales featuring Ravencroft, Institute for the Criminally Insane.
Yeah.
This will have probably a hot retailer incentive variant cover that retailers are going to have to order a lot to get, so expect that to be hot.
Yeah, and the Marvel Tales are going to be reprints, too, of older issues, so just keep that in mind. Iron Man 2020, it looks like some things are going down, because apparently, spoiler alert, something happened to a certain individual, so we don't quite know what's going to be going on with the future Iron Man. So, just keep that in mind going into this book. There was some context previously to this first issue.
And keep in mind, this takes place 79 years before the 2099 universe.
Yes. Alright, and then we have Venom, The End. This is another Marvel crossover where they're going to be showing the potential ends of certain particular beloved Marvel characters. They've already done the Miles Morales one, I believe, last week. So this is going to be the one for Venom.
I think they said this title takes place over the course of 1,000 or 1,000,000 years.
Yeah, it's something
Not that
insane.
those are, so anyway, good luck following that. And those are this week's number one titles. As I mentioned, I have a Black Cat tie-in. So this week's comic book giveaway, we're going to do our CGC giveaway, is Spectacular Spider-Man number 90 and the CGC 9.4. This is one of the 3 comics published in May 1984 that had a claim as to having the first appearance of Spider-Man's black suit.
Okay.
The others are Marvel Team Up number 141 and ASM number 252. But we're going to give this away. we're gonna have the contest posted on our page at ComicWeek.com, and you can enter for your chance to win as soon as we post the video.
Well, there you go.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.